What's up, Duelist? Kyle from Team Nexus here with Matthew McComb. What did you do and what did you play?
I got top 4 in Irish Nationals and I was running my 59 card in Infernoid Z deck.
59 cards?
It was a good number.
Fair enough.
I started off and ran 3 Snow. This card doesn't really need any explanation. You banish 7 from your grave, you special summon it, you book a moon. It's lots of recursion and you mill a lot in this deck, so.
Fair enough.
I ran Fusion Hiruku and the Fusion sub combo. Both of these are searchable off Broad Bull and Tenki. Fusion sub combo, you probably already know what it does, you don't really need to know. I'll go over the combos with this card later, but the long and short of it is you can go from one Fusion into another. So usually you'd hard summon Kaigatsuchi and then you would put this in your pendulum skill, banish him, and then you go into Amaterasu. Amaterasu can then extend your combos by detaching material and special summon this guy again.
Fair enough.
Or any other card.
More rank 4 plays.
More rank 4 plays. We've got the 3 Speedroid Chart Tops and the 1 Tugging Tom board.
The brick.
Yeah. Never really saw it in 59 cards. Really said 60 there.
Fair enough.
Just for your MX. The Brim Poker. 3 Barrages, 2 Rat, 2 Whiptail, and 1 Ram Ram.
Okay.
I was running 3 Whiptail, but I cut it down to 2 just because I kept drawing the Whiptail too much. And I wasn't really using it for the attack boost, so I was using it more as a hand trap for banishing stuff.
Fair enough.
And just Ram Ram because you can pop it. Tenki. I was originally running the Predaplant engine for the normal summon, but I tend to find that just normal summoning Rat and sending Ram Ram was much better than the whole Predaplant engine and much less bricky.
Less susceptible to Ash as well.
This card mills a lot. If it mills Snow, you're really good. If it mills Infernoids, you're really good. This is just the standard Infernoid card you're probably used to. 2 Anoichi, 2 Daviade, 1 Tornil, 2 Sintemas, 1 Sejet, your Garnet, 3 Pentrolia, he's your MST, 2 Harmadeck, he blows monsters up, 1 Antra, he bounces cards. Really good if you summon him when you've Kaiju'd something, because you bounce the Kaiju back to your hand, just use it again. And 3 Decatron. You can also use it, copy any effect. Send Antra is pretty cool if you need to make a rank 3.
Very nice.
Your Void Banishment, run 3 of these. You can use it to search Void Feast or Void Imagination. Only run 1 Void Feast and 1 Void Imagination. Tend to find that if I get a mill off before I do this, and tend to have a good game state anyway, and don't really need to get this to resolve. And I've got the second target anyway, Void Imagination. Void Imagination is just your Shadow Fusion for the deck that brings out Tiara.
Fair enough.
So he's really good because you can build 6. I don't have a Gamma Seal. I was going to borrow one, but ultimately that didn't pan out, so I ran a Kamungus and a Dogoron. Dogoron because he's big and level 8 or lower, and 2 Gaijin Slumber to go with him.
Okay.
Use this more of a searcher because I mill a lot, so I can banish this just to search these guys.
Have you ever milled all 4 cards before?
Usually not. Usually I'll end up, if this is dead, it's usually because I've milled these 2 before I've drawn into it, not usually because I've milled all 4.
Okay.
Rigaki, he just blows stuff up, you know what he does.
Too good.
Mind Control, he's really good actually. If you're playing against Zodiac player, you can Mind Control, and it either forces them to, well, if you do it against their Trident, it either forces their Trident to pop their own card, so that it doesn't resolve, or do something silly. One of my matches, someone snowed themselves, banished the monster I targeted, just so they would avoid it, and they ended up running out of resources for their snow, and he just was able to win off that.
Fair enough.
Lullaby of Obedience. Kind of interesting rolling here. If you actually do this activate this under Drill and Lockbird, you have to do the special summon. So if you get Drill and Lockbird and mill your combo, you can activate this and call Rat and just continue off with 3 Rats in your deck. It's actually really broken.
Fair enough.
Else why don't you just go for Terratop, or if you already have Rat combo, you go for Rat and you can go into your...
Did you ever search any hand traps?
Yes, I actually was able to steal a Ash off someone after I used Void Banishment because it restricts my special summoning, so they had to add it to my hand. It's always good for getting a Ghost Ogre because Ghost Ogre can contribute off the field as well.
Very nice.
1 Max E, he draws a lot. Speaking of Ghost Stoker, here's Ghost Stoker. You know what it does, you just activate it when the card fits up on the field goes. I ran one of these main deck. Usually you'd use it against a Zodiac player.
How did it work out for you?
It worked out quite well. I won a couple of games because of it. I would say it's probably a side grade to Drawn Lockbird, because it's not always live because you have to control less monsters than your opponent, but it's a better going first card, and it's live during the entire game as opposed to Drawn Lockbird, which is only live during the first turn. And if you're just during the first turn, then this is also live, because as soon as they summon one monster, you shouldn't have any.
Alright, fair enough.
I'm going to go over the extra deck now.
Okay.
So, earlier I was showing you, I'm actually running 2 Kaigasuchi and 1 Amaterasu.
Alright.
There's a few combos I can pull off here where I get out the first Kaigasuchi and I've got Haruku and I turn it into an Amaterasu, and I'm able to use the Haruku I bring back and another level 4 fusion bases to go into this, and I end up milling 10 and being able to add one of my banished cards back to my hand during my opponent's turn. Also very cool if you get Whiptail underneath this, can't be destroyed by battle, and banishes your opponent's monsters, so it's kind of hard to kill unless they have cards that send cards to the graveyard.
That's quite nice.
Just the Zoo engine here. I don't know what these guys do.
Pretty standard.
Yeah, and then you've got the Invoker to deal. So you've got your Trident, you put him out, he's the main board presence card.
Yep.
Target Mortar lets you recycle Rat if it sends to the graveyard. Before this format I would have been running more than 1, I'd be running 2, but this one's so good that you can just sort of get away with just running 1 now. Broad Bull, use it to search Whiptail, then a light combo, Haruku.
Okay.
It's really good. You hard summon him a lot actually if you want in this deck, so you can go from into him, maybe into him, and then into him. You get 2 searches then. It's actually pretty good. People don't hard summon him enough. It's had a lot of people actually questioning, can you do that? It's like, yeah. Invoker, he just searches a Rat, usually. Sometimes go for Whiptail, Ram or something if you already have one engraved, and just go off from there.
Fair enough.
By using Target Mortar. Emerald, didn't use him very much, though he was really good. Hold on, wait a second. His second effect no one uses is actually quite relevant in this deck. So this guy, he will often end up in grave because he's put under an XE and detaches material. Emerald can detach, special summon him from grave, so you extend your place. So he can actually be a damage pusher in this deck more than so I don't really use the shuffling effect just as much.
Very nice. Did you ever miss the second Emerald?
No.
Fair enough.
Elder Entertaining Jordan. Really, the main reason this guy's relevant is because he reses something. A lot of the time I just leave him on the field in the middle of a combo and I just didn't have enough to do with him and he just sort of sat there. I use Snore or something to create in rank 4, but being able to make the boost and stuff tends to be more important sometimes.
Fair enough.
Infernoid Tiara. Basically this is your Shaddoll Fusion target, or your I can't remember, Void Imagination. You send 6 off Void Imagination from your deck to graveyard if your opponent controls an extra deck monster. It's actually milling 6, and then it gets 2 effects off. The effects aren't really that relevant. The first one is you mill 3, and the other one is you pick 3 cards from your extra deck and send them to the graveyard.
It's just a way to get Infernoids in the grave.
Yeah, like the second effect is sort of meant that you're meant to be running more Infernoid Tiara, and you're meant to send like another 2 and then 1 other card, and that way you... Well, that way you have more Infernoids in the grave, but it really is not worth running them when you've got so many mills going off. So move on to my side deck then.
Yep.
Oh. So these are 2 autonomous action units. Probably explain what this card does. You pay 1500 life points and you target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, and then you special summon it. So if they still have a Rat in grave and you're going second, you target Rat, and if they have no response, you have 3 Rats to play with. I actually got this off 1 round, and I ended up with a pretty insane board without even needing to normal summon, and then I had a normal summon to waste on it afterwards.
Very nice.
Just a 3rd lullaby because it works against some decks. Generally, most decks are running hand traps, so you can't just call it Ghost Stoker, but it's not worth paying 2000 life points if that's your only target, which is why I don't run 3 in main deck. I was borrowing cherries, so this one's actually another cherries, but so this is just the other 2 cherries. Really good against Zodiac or decks that I share extra deck slots with.
Nordin's the target as well, isn't
Norden is the target as well. If you go for Fusion Sub combo, if you can wait till they activate Fusion Sub and then use this to reveal Norden. I got that off once.
Nice.
3 Chalice. It was a really good card. I didn't really draw it to get it off though. So it wasn't really relevant for me. So
it's good when you have it.
Yeah, I wouldn't drop it though because it did put in work when I did draw it.
Okay.
I had absolutely no dinosaur matchups, and this is mostly here for dinosaur or True Draco. I had 1 True Draco matchup, but I found that I didn't need to side these in against True Draco's Zoo, because if they didn't establish the board first turn, you won anyway.
Fair enough.
So,
Zombie World.
Yeah. So if you went first, you won. And then this was a card that sort of. I don't like this against True Draco anymore because I feel that you have to go first and you can just win if you go first anyway.
Fair enough.
This is a card I would run more off for it though, Breakthrough Skill, because it forces them to tribute a trap. And we already have Monster outs and we already have Spell outs, so Breakthrough Skill sort of forces them to go for a tribute a trap for Masterpiece, which they'll probably do because they want to trip it on your turn, but if they're not doing it, it punishes them.
Fair enough.
Side in. 2 Twin Twisters, didn't really side these in. Just pop stuff. It's actually kind of good against the True Draco. And then an Abyss Dweller, which allows you to. It's actually really good against the True Draco because you just detach material and stop all their effects going off in the grave.